To prepare your filling for your sausage plat, you need to have a tomato and an onion, and I'm just going to use half an onion in here, and same as normal, I am going to peel the onion onto a plate or a piece of paper towel into a bowl, and make sure then that none of the onion skin gets into the onion that I want to eat. I've also broken an egg ready to do the glaze when I get the pastry out. So one end off your onion, and this needs to be finely chopped. So through your fingers, quite close together with the slices of onion, not up to the end, so you can actually pick it up by the end and it stays together. And then you can turn it round, and I'm just turning it so you can see what I'm doing. Claw grip across your onion, nice fine pieces of onion. The onion is not cooked before it goes into the sausages or the sausage meat, so make sure that you chop it nice and finely. You don't need to go all the way to the end, but your onion can then go into your bowl. Your tomato for the filling just needs to be sliced, and if you slice across the way it grows, and again I'm just turning this sideways so that you can see, we want quite nice even slices of tomato for your filling. And the last thing is the sausages. So I'm using chipolata sausages just because it happens to be what I have at home, and you need roughly 6 ounces of sausages or sausage meat. If you're using sausages, I find it easier to slit the sausage with a knife, and then you can peel the sausage skin off, providing you've slit it. It makes it much easier than squeezing the sausage meat out, which means that you tend to lose quite a lot of the sausage meat. So your sausage meat goes into a bowl with the onion, and as soon as you've got all the sausage meat or all your sausages in there, I'm afraid you've just got to put your hands in and squeeze that all together to give yourself a nice even mixture. And I'm just going to do the last 2 chipolata sausages because I want about 150 grams of sausage meat in this bowl, and that should be about 6 of the chipolata sausages. So squeeze that together to mix the onion and the sausage meat all the way through. If you think it's too much onion, or you don't particularly like lots of onion, you can put less in. Okay, to finish shaping your sausage plat, you need to cut diagonal lines in your pastry. So you need to make sure that you go nearly up to the sausage meat, and your diagonal cuts, the pieces of pastry that you are making, need to be about 1 to 1.5 centimetres in depth. What's important is that when you come to do the second side of these, you try and match the start of each of your cuts, so that when you're plaiting this, it will plait nice and evenly. If you have a different number of cuts in the pastry, it makes it really awkward to plait it. And you need to brush all around your pastry with egg so that it will stick. So give all the edges of your pastry a nice brush with your egg to glaze. To start off with, you just need to fold up the top of your pastry and then take one piece of pastry one side and fold it over. Then take the opposite side and fold that over. And what's important when you're doing this, when you lift up your pieces of pastry, you can see they naturally form a diagonal because that's the way you've cut them. So if you follow that diagonal, you will get a plait. You can see as this builds up, the pastry overlaps and you get a plaited effect. The most common mistake that people make is they'll take a piece of pastry and they'll put it across straight like that, which will not give you the plaited effect. You need to follow the diagonal edge of the piece of pastry that you put down before. So keep going all the way down to the bottom, and you can press the pastry together if it overlaps at the bottom like that. I would cut, I can see the sausage meat has ended there, so I'm going to cut that extra pastry off because I don't want lots of extra pastry at the bottom. And then as I pick that up to go on my baking tray, I'm just going to tuck that bit underneath. That's on the baking parchment, then ready to go into the oven. And the last thing that you need to do with this is to give it a really good glaze with the egg wash so that it comes out of your oven a nice golden brown colour. So make sure you get all the way down to the sides of your sausage plait. This needs to go into a hot oven to cook the pastry and give you the layers, and also to make sure that your sausage meat is cooked all the way through. So I'm putting this in the oven on 200 degrees and I am going to leave that in the oven. I'm going to check my oven after about 30 to 35 minutes to see how cooked it is. And that's the completed cooked sausage plait. And you can see that the pastry is layered. We can see the layers in the pastry, and the sausage meat is cooked. Quite a lot of fat has come out of the combination of the pastry and the sausage meat, but the plaiting and the egg glaze has given a really nice appearance.